Hey YouTube, this is Joe Check here, and we're about to check out this Prius battery. Today we're going to take this high voltage Prius battery apart so that you can see what's inside, and what's inside are cells like these. And hopefully you'll be able to have one if your Prius battery is not working correctly, or instead of having to replace the whole battery pack here, you can replace it with just one battery. That way you're not have to spend thousands and only maybe a few bucks. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start taking this outer shroud apart. Also want to let you know that we have already disconnected the battery, so there's no electrical hazard that we're going to be running into. As you can see in here, we have the battery going into here, going through some relays. That way it turns the power on and off when the car turns on and off. And here's your positive and your negative terminals going to your inverter. Let's go and lift this cover off, shall we? This is what it looks like inside of a Prius battery pack. As you can see, all the cells are nice and compressed. Everything's still hooked up. And let's go ahead and take all this shrouding off so we can get some voltage readings on the batteries. See, just kind of prying it up. It's not held on that hard. Just some retention clips. All right, we're gonna get our voltage meter and put it on DC volts. And let's see what the voltage of this first cell is. And this first cell is good at 7.59 volts. And we'll check the second cell. It's at 7.6 volts. So far they're all good. Let's go ahead and test all these other cells. All right, I just went through all these batteries, and for an open voltage, they're all good. So our next step is to go ahead and kind of dismantle all the wires, and we're gonna load cycle all these 2 times at least to make sure these cells are still good. I also want to show you all what the open voltage could be. So let's go ahead and plug in this. Now, you'll need to be careful when y'all do this because right now it's 200 volts. So as you can see, we have a voltage of 212.4 volts, which is well above the nominal range. And let's continue taking this battery apart. I also want to point out what this disconnect does is it actually splits the battery pack. So here's one side and here's the other side. So it's also one, which is an electrical connection on the computer, and then 2, the actual physical connection. Let's go ahead and take this wiring harness off. As you can see, it just comes right off without any hassle. Pretty simple. What's different about the back side is that it has the balance leads. So as you can see, it has all the balance leads going to every other cell. And here's a close-up of those leads again. Made out of copper, so they're having a little bit of corrosion. Before we go ahead and charge these, I'm gonna go ahead and take out all these electronic components as well. Right here you have your relays again. You have one for each positive and negative lead. And right here is your battery management system. It also controls your fan, and it connects to the rest of the computers of the car. This also has inputs for 3 thermostats. So it has the 2 on the ends and 1 in the middle. So it can tell the computer what the temperature of the battery is to control the fan. All right, now that we have all the wiring taken off, we're gonna get this just down to this battery pack so that we can get rid of all this excess metal and fan, and it'll be a little bit more cleaner to work with. As you can see, when I remove this bracket, now it shows all these bolts that are holding in the batteries. All right, this back panel should just come right off. And there we go. Now we've gone from a big old battery pack, now with all of its accessories, down to the bare battery pack with its compression plates on the end. And we're gonna go ahead and start charging and discharging each battery so that we know that each cell is a good cell. I have my chargers out, so I have 2 of them, that we can do 2 batteries at once, make it go a little bit faster. And what I'm gonna do is connect one charger up to one cell and another one up to the next cell, and we're gonna cycle these cells individually so we can make sure that each cell is a working cell that we can have. All right, so we're gonna connect the positive to positive and then the negative to the negative of this first battery. Another thing is that we want to keep this battery pack compressed because these batteries do expand quite a bit under charge and discharge cycles. That way these things don't expand and possibly explode on us. My charger's already set up for nickel metal hydride, 1 cycle and a discharge. So we'll be back in about an hour. We have just finished completing cycling our first cell, and it has turned out to be a good cell. And now we need to continue and repeat this process for all 28 cells. After that is completed, we will then dismantle this so that we will come up with individual cells like these from a previous battery set. And we will be taking this apart possibly in another video because it will take about 3 to 4 days to properly cycle all these cells in order to make sure that they are good quality cells. These cells are now ready for you, and you can install them in your Prius and any other car that it might fit and uses the same type of cell. Also, if you're looking to spend a lot less than say a couple of grand to get a whole new set in your car, now you just buy 1 or 2 cells and you can replace just those 2 bad cells in your whole entire pack, save a couple of grand, and now you'll have a better working pack that hopefully lasts you a little bit longer without having to replace the whole pack. Again, I want to thank you for coming out to Joe Check and checking out some hybrid EV cells from a Toyota Prius. Now you kind of see what it looks like on the inside of a high voltage battery pack for a Prius. Make sure to tune in. We're going to be opening up some other battery cells as well. We have a Prius C as well. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit different form factor. Again, I want to thank you for watching Joe Check, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.